Hey everyone, it is Misty.
And Jake.
We get to be here together with you.
On the 13th.
That's right, which is a big day in our family. It is Santa Lucia. And so if you don't know, that's a Swedish holiday. And the oldest girl in the family gets up and she makes cinnamon rolls or saffron buns. And she delivers them before sunrise to the family. Jake's favorite day of the whole year.
Yeah, so we've already enjoyed that.
That's right.
At this point.
We had our cinnamon rolls and cocoa.
First thing this morning.
And yeah, it's just the best. It's a fun tradition.
Yes.
So we thought we would share that with you before we dive into day 13.
Day 13. You've opened these before.
Yeah,
Let me have
it's
a
your
chance.
turn. You go for it.
13. That's what we're looking for. Here we go. I got you. 13.
There we go. All right.
So what? I get to open this?
Yeah,
can.
You go for it. I believe in you.
Okay, beautiful. Look at this beautiful packaging. I'm trying to stall, you know?
Yeah, the anticipation.
Oh, what's in here? What could it be?
What is inside?
What could it be? I got this. Oh.
Cute.
The snappy pouch.
Okay.
So we have this cool pattern, and I know almost for a fact that we have to pass this off to Courtney because she does an awesome job, our elf.
I think this is so fun. So you get one pack of 6 of these bands. So I think that's enough to make multiples of these, which is really cool.
From what I've heard, these are addictive. And once you start making them, you can't stop.
So it sounds like it'll be a fun project that you could either make for yourself or give to friends. So we'll pass that off to Court, our favorite Christmas elf.
Also, wait, before we leave, it's the 13th, so this is my brother's birthday.
That's true.
So happy birthday, Josh.
Happy birthday, Josh.
On this beautiful day. So yeah, put in the comments, happy birthday, Josh, if you'll read this, hopefully.
Yeah, that's right. And we'll see you soon.
See you guys.
Hi, everybody. It's Courtney with Missouri Star. Welcome to another Jenny Box Day. Misty's handed me off another project for you guys. All right. So you got this wonderful little pattern for a snappy pouch, and you've got some little bracelets. And I am going to show you how to make these little snappy pouches. And I went overboard. You're going to use your own fabric. So meet me back here in a minute, and I'm going to grab my fabric. Alrighty. So you've gathered your scraps at home to make your bag. I went ahead and quilted mine up. I just did like a little random quilt design. That was a good time to play. You've got a small little surface, so it's easy to get under your machine. So I quilted that all up. Now I'm ready to make my tabs. The tab is 2 by 10 inches, 2 inches by 10 inches. So that's going to do both sides, so you just need one piece. And I like using these hot rulers from Clover. I'm going to lay this down. I like this ruler. It's a heat ruler, and I can fold it up, and there's a 1/4 inch mark right there. So I know where my 1/4 inch is, so I'm just going to fold that up and make sure it's going all the way across there. And then you're going to do it on the other side. Same thing. Okay. Then you're going to fold this in half so your little folded edges match. You're going to iron that. And then the directions say just to top stitch it on the side that doesn't have the fold. It has the edges that you've ironed under. But I went ahead and top stitched on both sides, because I couldn't do one side without doing the other. Do whatever you want, though. It's yours. You can do whatever you like. So we've got that done. You're going to fold it in half, and you're going to cut that right in half. Now you have your lining, which looks a little weird. It's bigger than your piece, but that's right. Okay, so you're going to take your lining and you're going to press down a 1/2 inch this time. Do that on both sides. Then you're going to measure down from the folded edge that you just ironed, 2.5 inches, and you're going to draw a line. Now, I just used a regular pen because you can't see that pen on the back side of your lining. Just make sure you use a color that you're not, or a pen that you're not going to be able to see on the inside of your bag. Again, it'll be on the inside, doesn't really matter, but I just used a regular pen. Okay, then we're gonna take this and we're gonna fold it over to that line and we're gonna press it. I have to give our pattern writers a shout out. They are so great about making things easy, and this is the easiest way I've seen to make these, and I just think it's so slick. So those girls are rock stars. Okay, so now we are just gonna slide our quilted piece right in there. Look at that. And yes, it's not all the way to the edge. That's all right. There we go. Now, before we top stitch that, you're going to put your little tabs in there. So I usually lay it on the mat. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I go up, I find the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll go between the 5 and the 6. And I'll push it on up there. And then I'll pin it. Same thing on the other side. Okay, now I'm gonna top stitch this, and I'm gonna do my best. I would use a matching thread. I have white thread in the machine now, so I'm just gonna leave it in there so you guys can see where I'm top stitching. But you're gonna top stitch right next to that folded edge because we still have to put our snappy bracelet in there to make the closure, so you don't wanna get too far up this way because then you won't have enough room to put your snappy bracelet. Alrighty, now we are ready to put our snappies in. You want to make sure that the rounded edge is towards the outside of the bag. It fits in there just nice. Okay, now you're going to want to make sure that your snappy bracelet is a good finger width inside, because if it's not, it may catch in one of your seams and that's not going to be pretty. Okay, so they have us making a French seam on your bag so we don't have to worry about finishing the edges. Okay, so I'm going to sew it wrong sides together. I know, it's scary. On each side with about an 1/8 inch seam allowance. And when I start these, I start down a little bit, and then I'll back stitch off the bag and then come down, because if I start right at the edge, I get those little ends from my thread and I don't like those hanging out. So I start down a little bit. Okay, when I start, I usually start a little bit down from the top and then back up over the edge and down. That keeps me from getting little frayed ends at the end of my bag. So again, I'll show you here. I'm going to start down about there, then back up off of the bag, and then proceed. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this wrong side out. You'll hear snapping, and that's okay. Now I'm going to go back and use a bigger seam allowance and go up that seam again. This is how I make most of my pillowcases with it's called a French seam. Now just make sure your pieces are out of the way of your sewing machine or you're going to get a surprise in there. All right, then all you have to do, your edges are going to be finished. All you're going to do is flip this right side out and you've got yourself a snappy pouch. I love this fabric. This was fun. And you'll hear snapping and cracking, and that's just the snappy part of it, so don't be afraid. And then you end up with these great bags. Insides are finished. I used just scrap fabric I had for this one. This one is canvas, so if you have any nice little canvas. This one I did not quilt. I just used an interfacing on the lining. I used a Shape Flex 101 just to give it a little bit more body. And that was really fun using the canvas. This one, my favorite, is I love doing embroidery. You can tell by my shirt, this is from our Enchanted Christmas collection. This one was from our summer one. I just embroidered some fabric, quilted it, and used that for my snappy bag for this one. This is my favorite. I might not look like a Barbie girl, but I love Barbie. And we had some fabric, so I went ahead and made myself a Barbie bag. I could not stop once I started. Then Tula, of course, a lot of us love Tula. I also, instead of using fabric for the tie, for my little pull tabs, she's got great ribbon that goes with her fabrics. So I just got some ribbon and use that for my ties. You can do that on any of these. You can also use rickrack. Wouldn't rickrack be fun? I could have used rickrack some pink on the Barbie and I didn't think about it. But a lot of things you could do with these. I just love them. They're good size too. Here's another one made out of canvas. I love that print. I just thought that was really fun. And then this one, I thought I'm going to try cork and leather. And it came out just great. I did not, I just did raw edges in these. I didn't think it really, I don't need to finish it because it's not going to fray. I did use a longer stitch length and I did use a bigger needle. I think I actually used a leather needle just so I wouldn't have any trouble. And then for my little pull tabs, I just cut a piece of the cork and I didn't even finish the edges. It's just raw edge. So I just thought this came out really fun, but it's unlimited. You can do whatever you want with these bags. They make great gifts all year round. Doesn't have to necessarily be the holidays, but I'd love to see some of these. Make sure you post all your projects and have a great time with this pattern. Happy holidays.